Welcome back, everyone. In the offseason, NFL owners voted in favor of a rule designed to try to make the game safer. Running backs and other ball carriers are now going to be penalized if they initiate contact with the crown of their helmets with the defender. The question now is this going to fundamentally change the way the game is played? While most current players have refrained from commenting on the issue, our John Burkett talked with some former players and officials about this new rule change. John?
Lane Hall of Famer Willie Lanier saying it's simple. If the players don't adapt to the player changes or to the game changes, they don't play the game. In the end, he says, and doctors agree, following these new rules can extend professional careers.
Cobb in trouble, gets rid of it. Oh, big hit.
Cribbs, the college quarterback at Kent State.
Crushing hits. But did you just see that kind of plays? There's been a lot of talk about defensive players shellackings to defenseless receivers in recent seasons.
Well, that's a defenseless player.
The NFL, though, says the hard hits are on both sides of the ball, and this year they're implementing a rule to level the playing field when it comes to penalties and fines.
We will impose fines and suspensions on you and teams and coaches because it's a very serious issue.
Running backs are in the crosshairs of the commissioner. A new rule for the 2013-2014 season is running backs cannot lower their head or shoulders into defensive players.
You can make the adjustments, and it's very simple. If you don't make the adjustments, you won't play.
Hall of Fame linebacker and Chesterfield resident Willie Lanier sits on the NFL Player Safety Advisory Panel. He says rule changes are reviewed every offseason as more and more research about concussions becomes available.
It's not being tough using your head. It's really being tough, being thoughtful and not using it.
I'm not sure how many times you could stand to look at it.
Doctors like HCA Virginia's Larry Benson hopes players at all levels listen to sound advice from a seasoned NFL veteran.
It doesn't take a whole lot to be concussed. As a matter of fact, most people think you actually have to be hit in the head per se. That's not true. Sometimes just, getting hit in the chest or in the upper arm can transmit the forces that'll allow that brain to kind of shake in the cage, basically shake in the skull.
The key won't ever change.
Doctors have figured out a way how to perform what's called baseline testing on athletes of all ages. I sat down recently to take a sample test. All right, so I'm looking at these numbers. One that measures your reaction time to words, shapes, and colors.
You'll be shown 15 words to remember.
How you perform can give sports medicine doctors and neurologists a baseline on how to evaluate if you take a hit.
The baseline allows us to compare it to if that same athlete comes in and has a concussion. Are the numbers lower? Are they showing us that his reaction times, he or she, their reaction time is quicker or slower or the same? It helps us, so it doesn't diagnose concussion, but what it does is it helps us make better decisions as far as return to play guidelines.
If you don't get pumped up for this game right here, you shouldn't even be here.
And returning to play.
Young will try to block. That is in the end zone for a Santana Moss touchdown. They beat Adam Jones.
That's what the Redskins and 31 other NFL teams are doing right now. New rule book in tow, they're also brushing up on what they can wear in practice. There's a total of 10 organized team workouts allowed. All coaches are allowed on the field. Teams are forbidden from any contact. One-on-one drills are also off the table. Team offense versus defense drills are also permitted if no live contact occurs. During this, teams may require helmets, but the shells and pads are not permitted. Lanier says the practice rules make him a little uneasy.
I don't believe it's one where you can continue to just completely scale down what you have to do on Sunday. I have to be in the mindset on Sunday with action during the week similar to what I do on Sunday.
He took a hit.
Also new this year, the NFL is working to tighten up their testing for the illegal use of the human growth hormone. The Players Association is working with the league to find the proper amount of discipline for players caught using HGH.
Yeah, John, it's going to be interesting to watch and see how long it takes players to adapt to all these changes. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming out with us tonight. Sean, back to you.
All right, Lane, thanks very much. We will have plenty more on this special edition of CBS 6 Redskins in Richmond. Stay with us.